Welcome back to the Big Money Podcast. I'm Jeanine, Hurte, your host, and I couldn't be more pumped to have today's conversation with you. This is really about the big money moves you're currently not taking for results you desire. And this hit me so hard. And if you're not in the mood today, giving you a trigger warning already, this is really going to be a real talk conversation we're going to have today. I am currently in Germany, where I am originally from. And I haven't been here for a very long time, like sometimes maybe for a week or a couple of days. But right now I've been here for a little bit over a month and really listening to other people's conversations, even in a business context. I'm realizing a lot of things, especially here. And I thought, okay, we got to talk about this. And I really realized so often people say, I want the big money. I want the millions. I want the multi-millions. I want a 7-8 figure business, right? I want all those things. And then they see or they don't see what it actually would take to get there. And we are living in a world where I feel the biggest downfall we have in the Western world and the Western society is really that people are becoming so lazy. It's like everything has to be instant. People are, in general, not willing to put in the work, like real true effort, not just for a day or a week, like over months, even over years without seeing the results. And it's like, but I just want the money. And then we see strangers on the internet claiming that they've made the money or they have the money. Let's just be best case scenario here. And then we're thinking like, but they have it. Why is it not here for me? And then now we're at a massive turning point, right? If we see other people having results we desire to have, so we can look and very clearly like study those people and see them like, ooh, this is what they do. Like, it's not only like their morning routine, right? There's always, if you're new to my world, we always talk about the visible part and the invisible part. And this is where mentorship becomes such a game changer, because what you see, for instance, I can be sharing with you, like, this is my morning routine. This is when I get up. This is what I do. And, right? It's really visible, and you can do the same. You can see like how often I post on social media, what times, what type of content, like my programs, my offers. You can copy all my funnels, like literally it's all the visible part you can copy. And still, if you're like already, so there's a first group, right? They're willing to put in the work. At least they try to copy from other people. They desire to have the results. This is one group. Next group is they just want the result and not willing to put in any work. I know this is not you, because otherwise we wouldn't be matching here. And then there's another group that's like, okay, I've done all the visible work. I've built the funnels. I have the social media following. I'm posting every day. I'm selling my offers. Like, how come I'm still not having the results? And now the comparison starts. I'm like, I see other people in my industry doing less, doing different things, having lower quality of programs, of products, like, and you start comparing. And it's like, why is it that those people have the money and I don't? And this is now where mentorship really comes in place. Because in mentorship, we actually can focus on the invisible part, right? With all my one-on-one clients, the conversations we're having, sometimes it's about the visible part, but my clients, you know how to do the visible part. And you're wondering why you haven't achieved the results. And for me, this, and also the pace in how fast we receive our financial results, really lies in the invisible work. Meaning, like, you don't know what I'm thinking all day long, how I'm treating people, what's happening, like the conscious decisions I'm making every single day. You're not in this energy and you will not be able to copy. So in the beginning, when people started copying my work in German like crazy, like exact wording, book titles, websites, like people literally copied and pasted my complete website, except on the about page, they've changed their name. I mean, I thought, this is like, what the F? Like, of course, you're not having the same CV like I do. Like, why would you copy? I'm like, however, I realized, okay, if there's something we're good at, people come and copy us. However, people can copy all my external world, but they will never be able to copy my invisible world, right? My thoughts, my feelings, my actions, my intentions. You can't copy, but this is where the magic lies. This is where the true magic lies. And this is why many people have invested in strategy, which has worked massively for other people. And then you wonder, but why is it not working for me? I'm doing exactly what I should be. And this is why. So for me, the power of mentorship and the invisible moves is like sometimes difficult to talk about. That's why I had a program. It was called Revenue on Repeat. You still can get it. Coming back to this program in like for 14 days, I was sharing in real time my thoughts, actions, feelings, intention of what's happening and why I'm doing the things I'm doing. These are really the feminine money rituals in my eyes, which led to my massive success. And now people saw in real time, my clients, I'm like, ooh, this is interesting. This is a bold move. Like the bold and effort I'm taking every day in my action steps is not the physical hard work, but it's a bold move. Every day I'm asking myself, what's my highest growth ladder today? And I'm taking that freaking growth ladder. So I'm putting myself in discomfort every single freaking day if I want or not. And would you agree, basically, if you're trying to train for a marathon, that if you train every single day, even if it's just 5 minutes, you're getting better than the person who doesn't train at all or trains occasionally a month or in a month, like once or twice, or maybe even once a week. Of course. And the same is true for our business. And what I see a lot of people do, they think, oh, I'm in mentorship because I'm watching a video, I'm reading a book, I'm learning about the things. It's beautiful. But all of us, we know so much more than what we're actually embodying and what we're actually doing in our real life. I know it's not good to react, to have an emotional reaction to something that's happening. Like if my husband drives me insane, I know it's not a smart choice to say, I'm like, driving me insane, and not coming from a loving place, but from like a screaming, yelling, like, you're annoying place. I do know this is not healthy. It's not good. We don't have to talk about it. But the part is like, why am I not embodying this in every second, in every minute of our relationship? Right? This is where the work comes in. And wouldn't you agree? First of all, having a mentor by your side that kind of is like a big brother, like actually can tell you, like going back to my relationship with my husband, right? If I'm like screaming or yelling, I know I've been triggered, something off, is on me to have a look what's happening here. But then there are the conversations I'm having with my husband. Sorry, Edward, you're being the example of today's episode. We're having those situations where I feel I haven't been triggered, but actually I've been triggered. I wasn't coming from a giving place. I was coming from a taking place. And these are the invisible parts where my mentor's like, oh, it's very interesting how you react. Let's go and dive deeper. This is why till today I'm in one-on-one mentorship, less than before. Before, like when I started this business, this is really how I made my first million. It didn't fall magically from the sky. If I'm looking back, the freaking bold decisions I took on a daily basis, not just only financial investment wise, but like the action like I took out of my freaking comfort zone, like reinventing my game, trying new things over and over again till today. I'm like always trying new things, reinventing myself constantly. And not like, what are other people going to think? Always reinventing, always like being this diamond who's receiving a better, cleaner cut every freaking single day. So I know that the results have to show up. And so many of you think you're doing the work, but you actually don't. And this is actually a worse situation than knowing I'm not taking the work. Because if I know, right, I'm like, I want a six pack, right? And if I know I'm not going to the gym, I'm not receiving a six pack, I'm not doing any kind of like workout, I know exactly how to get a six pack by going to the gym, signing up, going there, doing the classes or programs, whatever, doing the exercises. And I know if I keep doing this, I get the results, right? So it's pretty clear. It's pretty obvious, like what the path is to get from A to B, from no six pack to six pack. But here it comes. This is a tricky part. This is many of you. I always would say most of you. You have a gym membership. You maybe even have this like gym membership, like 1, 2, 5, 10 years. You're going to the gym once, twice, 3, 4 times. Some of you are even going every freaking single day to the gym. And you're wondering, why am I still not having that freaking six pack? Because when you are at the gym, maybe you do the group programs. You kind of follow the programs, but you don't kick yourself to the edge. You know exactly how it is when you train by yourself, even in a group setting, versus you having a session with a personal trainer that's kicking you to your full potential, to the full maximum of what you're capable every single day, or every time you have a session during the week. And this is where it gets hard, because if no one has showed you how to do the exercises properly, and it's not just like I show you, right? I see this over and over in the gym when I'm attending a body pump program where you lift weights. And there are so many newbies all the time joining the program, and no one, like, obviously the instructor shows you how to lift the weights in the correct way. And you can look and you can try and repeat basically on what you see and how you understand the exercises. However, if you don't have someone that's next to you and actually correcting you, you're not getting the same results. Like, you think you're doing it right, but you actually don't. And because you don't have that direct mirror, the results you're getting are very small, very little, or sometimes even non-existing. And this is a hard part where we betray ourselves and think like, hey, I have this gym membership. I'm like my 5th year anniversary with a gym membership. I'm like seeing small little steps, sometimes improvements, sometimes not. You show up, you go to the gym, but you still don't get the results. And this is where so many of you are in. You think you're doing the work, you think you're doing the bold moves, but you actually don't. Because you don't have a mirror that's actually reflecting to you in real time where you're freaking cheating yourself and betraying yourself. And I see this over and over again in people joining like short-term mentorships, even like in the Rich Woman's Room, right? Where we started with a 1-month mastermind. Because many of you requested, I'm like, hey, I actually would love to continue. You now have the option when you join the Rich Woman's Room that there's also a 3-month mastermind with me. Every week we come together, we have real-time mentoring, real-time mirroring, real-time personal trainer by your side. The results you get are very different. The pace in which you're moving is very different. Because if you know anything about me, it's like it's like no BS in those conversations. I take my job as your coach, as your mentor, super serious. I will always show and mirror you things and say things to you nobody else dares to. It's very uncomfortable in the beginning, but you have all your good friends. They're all telling you, like, yeah, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. For that, you don't need me. You do not, right? It's the same like a personal trainer at the gym. You want this trainer to kick your butt so you achieve a next level. There's a reason why I'm always training with personal trainers, at least once a week. Just last Friday, I was lifting some weights, and like this, my trainer here said in Berlin, like, okay, this is what you're going to do. And he showed me the exercise, and I'm like, nah, can't do it. So I'm like lifting the weights. I'm like, OMG, it's like too heavy for me. Sorry, can't do it. Like I had so many excuses why I can't do it, why it's too heavy. And he said, like, I want you to try. I want you to try. So I'm like lifting the weight, holding my arms up, and my whole upper body was shaking. And he said, oh, okay, cool. Now I see by your body's reaction, it's heavy. But I've actually tried, and I was capable of lifting at least once. And he said, see, you are capable, and you have to try to see where you are actually at. And just because it's like uncomfortable in the beginning, it feels heavy, right? I always say, like, when we start a sentence with I feel this is heavy, I feel, it's already an indicator that the small self, the ego, is talking now to you, to me, to us. And we start with I feel. How could I know? I've never lifted this kind of weight. And I was so proud of myself that I've lifted at least one time this kind of weight I've never done in my life before. And it was so uncomfortable, but so rewarding afterwards, right? And this is also to see what's happening, like putting myself in discomfort and staying in discomfort. The rewards I felt afterwards are amazing. I felt I've accomplished something. I still don't have a six-pack, like my goal, why I'm going to those personal trainer sessions is different. I still haven't achieved the final goal, but I've pushed myself, and I know it was for sure one step closer in the right direction. In today's episode, we're really coming together because I want you to stop lying to yourself. I want you to stop betraying yourself. I want you to stop like really reflecting, like, where am I just telling myself I'm going to the gym? Where am I telling myself I'm doing the workouts, but I actually don't? It's very harsh. And only the ones of you who are willing to truly self-reflect, you're going to be the rich woman that easily sells your offer for 50K and more. You're going to be the woman that makes 7 and 8 figures. The others of you are not. The others of you are going to be not in the stadium, but you're going to be the one who are talking about the players on the field and their performance is another thing I've realized. Other people only have an opinion of you because you're actually in the field playing the game, when they're just on the stadium, drinking beer, being lazy, and having an opinion and watching and observing, but not getting in their own game and getting shit done. So I really hope this is a motivational, inspirational episode for you to reflect, to stop lying to yourself, and really get into the rooms, in the personal trainer rooms, for those areas in life where you desire to have outstanding results, right? That's why I'm saying, like, selling an offer for 50K, what we all talk about, and I teach you inside the Rich Woman's Room, it's not for the average people. It's not for the ordinary woman. It's for sure not for the ordinary business owners. Many of you have this calling that you want to accomplish something delusional, something like out there, like wild financial results for yourself. You're done watching other women in your industry making a massive financial impact while you're still selling your smaller packages, 2022, 2000, and having financial conversations about the price and why you're not moving. It takes big, bold moves, being comfortable in the discomfort, in holding this, and still having your foot on the freaking gas pedal and not brake. I love you. You've got this. As always, if you haven't joined the Rich Woman's Room, you want to create, market, and sell your 50K offer, this is a place to be. We now have the option that you can join for a 1 month mastermind or 3 months mastermind. You have access to the whole program for 6 months. Something's always dropping. It's insane. So if this is on your heart and soul, really to sell at least 50K offers, and you kind of feel like, okay, how am I creating this offer? How am I marketing this offer? How am I selling this? And once I sold it once, how do I keep selling this offer? This is exactly what we do. Find the link in the video description. I love you. I talk to you next week.